Hey guys, it's Pete from Crunch Time Coaching, and it's a beautiful fall day. It's actually Halloween, so I thought I would show the nice leaves in the background. Just got back from Tennis Fantasy Camp with John Newcombe and the Legends, and I wanted to make an instructional video today basically explaining what I walked away with, what I learned from these guys. And the first thing I learned, and let me just tell you some of the people that were there. There's Roy Emerson. He had the most Grand Slams in the history of men's tennis with 28. He had 12 singles, 16 doubles. John Newcombe was there, Fred Stolle, Charlie Passarell, Brian Gottfried, John Newcombe, I'm sure I must have said that one, Murphy Jensen, Rick Leach. It was just a great group of guys, super nice. And the first thing I learned is all these guys had a very high standard for their game. They believed that with as much as they practiced and how hard they worked on their technique and how good their technique had become, that they should never miss a shot. Okay? They should never miss a shot once a match starts. So when they went out and practiced or they were playing a match, they made a goal like, I'm not going to miss a return the whole match, or I'm not going to miss a volley the entire match. That's one thing that many of them said, but I even made an instructional video with Rick Leach, and that was one of the first things he said, is he had such high pride in his volleys. He loved his volleys so much, believed in them so much, that if the ball came to him, he thought there was no way he should miss. And so that was the first thing, is have a high standard for your game out there. Those guys probably never played a match where they didn't miss a shot. But if you set your goal real high, if you come halfway close, it's probably still pretty darn good. So set a high standard. The next thing was footwork. Every single legend there, they were constantly, when they were coaching us, they were talking about moving their feet. When they were talking about matches, they were talking about how important their footwork was. Where I find a lot of rec players were always so focused on the stroke. How good was the stroke? And if we miss, it's like a war zone with all these planes going over, but I am not stopping. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Anyway, the rec players, whenever I'm giving a lesson, they're always thinking about their hands, their stroke, what happened. The first thing you want to look at when you miss a shot is your feet. Think from the bottom up. When you miss a shot, start focusing on the feet and ask yourself, were you in position to make that shot? Maybe that's why you were late. Maybe that's why you hit off the frame. Maybe that's why you weren't able to follow through all the way, or follow through comfortably, or the stroke felt icky. Most of the time it's your feet. Roy Emerson would say before he'd play a match, he would work extra hard on his feet. So in the warm-up, he's really moving his feet, getting himself going, so by the time the match started, he felt like he was up on his opponent. He was already coming out the gate like a tiger. And then finally, these pros, they like to be sneaky. They want to be unpredictable. I did an instructional video with John Newcombe, and he was talking about how he would always kind of sneak and look like he was going to run around and hit a forehand. He usually liked to do it early in the match, where he would run around a second serve and then smack a forehand, go for it. If he hit a winner, that would be even better. But just to put that doubt in his opponent's mind. And then he wanted to be unpredictable. He didn't want to run around every time, or else he knew he was going to start getting ace. So look for situations in matches like running around a second serve, or maybe going for a big second serve. Things like that. Serving, volleying once in a while if you're not used to serving, volleying, but doing it every now and then when the score count is in your favor, or maybe even sometimes on a big point. If you notice, every time your opponent returns, they just slice it high because they know that you're not going to come in. All of a sudden you're at the net. Now they got to think twice about their return. You might get some free points that way. So those are the three things that you really want to think about, is your footwork, having a high standard, and being sneaky. All right, so go on out, try that, and I wish you the best of luck in your game.